Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another Burlingame It's a Small Town podcast sponsored by the Burlingame Historical Society. This is Mark Lucchesi, also known as Mark at the Mic, and I regret to say this podcast is about a month overdue. On Saturday, October 14th, I attended the Burlingame High School 100-year anniversary with my brother Paul Lucchesi, class of 1971, and my best friend, Mr. All-Everything, Mike Schembri, class of 1966, with the intentions of recording my first remote podcast. My brother held one of the mics, and Mike Schembri was going to take pictures of us and the folks that we were interviewing, but his hands were filled with beer cups. We were able to interview quite a few graduates from classes of the 50s up to the 90s. Due to some operator error, mainly me, I was not able to publish all the folks that I interviewed. I also regret that I was unable to interview Rusty Knutson, president of the Burlingame High School Alumni Association, and Linda McLaughlin, a longtime standing board member and retired teacher from Burlingame High School. I would like to congratulate Rusty, Linda, and all the alumni who participated in this wonderful weekend. And now, on with the show. Hey guys, can we interrupt for a minute?
Hey, how we doing today?
We're with the Burlingame Historical Society. I'm Mark Lucchesi. Yes, you know me from Molly Stones, that's right. Mark at the Mic, we'd like to just ask you a couple of quick questions if you don't mind. What year did you graduate from Burlingame High School?
1977.
And first of all, what's your name?
Gary Duran.
Gary, pleasure to meet you. Did you go to the festivities last night?
I did.
You did? Great, and it was a big turnout, right?
It was.
Did you go to the football game?
No.
We lost 41-7. Give me a little bit of memory,
Your
a fond
eldest
memory.
died.
Give me a fond memory.
A fond memory of Burlingame High School. Oh, we had an open campus, so we could go up to Burlingame Avenue for lunch.
Was there a hangout that you liked?
I like to go to Sam's all the time.
Sam's, right. That was a great spot. How
Yeah.
about a favorite teacher or favorite coach?
DeVos was pretty good.
John DeVos?
Yeah.
Right. Great. Did you have him for class, or was he a teacher, or was he a coach?
He was coach.
Yeah, terrific. Okay, Great. Gary?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, we'll see you again, Gary. See you around Molly Stones. Hey, guys. Hi. We're with the Burlingame Historical Society, and I have a show called Burlingame It's a Small Town, and we're recording a little podcast, so we're just going to ask you some questions, if you don't mind. Let's pick somebody here. Can we ask any one of you? All Burlingame graduates, right? Great, from looks like the 70s, huh? Let's go over and get this nice man right here. Greg, class of 71. That was your class, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
Remember Paul Lucchesi?
Paul Lucchesi.
See, Paul Lucchesi's here. Let's get that mic up. Can we get that mic up where he can talk?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, the boss. I'm
good.
going to do what the boss says.
Good.
Class
to
of
see you, Paul.
71. Do you still live in here in Burlingame?
I live in San Carlos.
Great, close by. Did you go to last night on Lorton Avenue?
My wife went. I ran the golf tournament yesterday.
Oh,
so,
how was the turnout for the golf tournament?
Very good. We had 104 people show up, and we had a dozen volunteers.
Give me one teacher you fondly remember from Burlingame High back in 71, or a coach.
Well, there were quite a few actually. Chick Hines was not only a good teacher but a coach.
Yep.
Mr. Woods was a real nice guy. I got a chance to go to his house a couple of times.
Great.
When he invited us in and talked history of Burlingame. He actually taught my father-in-law in the 40s. He had just started teaching at the time.
So you got a little bit of Burlingame royalty, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
That's
and,
great.
The coaches, Bob Booker, of course, but Ron Anderson was one of my all-time favorites.
Terrific.
And, he was a football coach, which I played, but he was just beginning to teach golf, or actually coach golf.
Yep.
He didn't know anything about golf, but was a great organizer.
Yeah.
And,
So in 1971, where'd you guys hang out?
Well,
Did
the
you go up
rec,
the Avenue?
the rec was pretty big on certainly Friday nights. Driving the Avenue was definitely popular. We used to go to Mummy's Cave, which is, for those that don't
Go ahead
know,
and say it. That'd be great.
It is where Hasty Tasties was located, or
Right.
Flings Number 5.
Right, or Royal Donut today.
Royal Donut is right. There's the water sewage or a storm system ran underneath by the tracks and then went all the way up to Burlingame Avenue. And
Mummy's Cave.
Mummy's Cave.
That's great. Greg, thank you.
You bet.
All right. Do you remember Paul?
We do.
Hello,
Wow,
Greg.
good.
Hello, Greg.
Okay, we're going to get in with the ladies here, okay? Thank you very much.
Pardon me? How are you? Good.
Hi,
Good.
and your name is?
Carol Rhodes,
Carol, and you graduated 71 also?
Okay.
What year?
72.
70. You're supposed to be holding the mic with her, okay? Yeah. Closer, please.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, come on.
Hello,
Okay.
Carol. How are you?
I'm fine.
Oh, you remember this guy?
Yeah, we went out.
Wow.
Okay. Did you go to last night's festivities?
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. You're married to Greg.
No, she is.
Okay.
I know not so many
Sorry. We'll get to everybody.
Yeah.
So, was last night? Did you go? I'm sorry. Did you go last night?
I went to the football game and then we went after halftime.
Did they have a pretty good crowd over there?
Yeah, there were a lot of people there.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And what do you remember about your class of 72?
That I was glad I was leaving.
Great. So why don't we do this, Paul? Let's move that microphone over to Lori. We're going to try and get all. Are you also a graduate of Burlingame? I am. Great. So we're going to come around to you too, and you are Lori.
Holscher Burnett.
Oh wait, look at this. You're one of the big shots. You're a board director, huh? This was a year in the making, right?
Yes, it was a year in the making.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
And you went last night as well, I guess?
I did. We went to the football game. We watched Burlingame get slaughtered.
41-7?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard.
And we went to the Lorton block party, which was great.
Good.
But I also helped Greg with the golf tournament in
Yep.
the morning, as did Carol. But the night before, we had our 50th class reunion.
No kidding. So let's see, 72. So my brother was he escaped that bullet. He was 71. So, but he wouldn't have come anyway. That's just the way he is. All right.
Well, who's your brother?
Holding the microphone.
Oh. Sorry.
That's okay. He's trying very hard. This was his idea. He knew that I was
think
kind of.
it's a great idea.
Yeah.
This guy's a podcaster.
So we're having a little bit of
great
fun.
idea.
Yeah, we're having some fun. Give me one fond memory from the class of 72. One favorite teacher. How's that sound? Give me a teacher.
Mr. McCord.
Mr. McCord?
Yeah.
Great. What
Taught
class?
Math, although I did not do well in math. But
What class?
He was fine to look at.
Great.
Honest answer.
Lori, thank you. Okay. And what's your name?
My name is Karen Fisher Schocknecht.
What class were you, Karen?
Class of 72.
19
Okay,
years.
so you guys are all joining, all 72 in here, right? Okay, so Karen, tell me something that you remember from your graduating class.
From my graduating class.
Yes, give me a good memory of a student. Of a teacher, coach, whatever.
Definitely my pom-pom girl friends. We had a lot of fun together.
So you were a
Practiced
pom-pom
lot.
girl here?
I was.
Wow, that's
My senior
great.
year, yeah, that was great fun. And also the band. I was in the
What'd you play?
clarinet.
Clarinet. All right.
Yeah, loved it. And my teacher was Mr. Rando, who is a saint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he still with us?
No, he's not.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Okay. And who was the dean that was here on campus with the stick? He would make people. Look, come on. There we go. What I hear?
Mangini,
Vic Mangini
yes,
with the Vic stick,
yes,
right?
yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And who are we speaking to?
My name is Sia Glafkidis.
Oh, wait a minute. You have a long history here, bro.
We sure do.
Yeah, long history.
Yeah,
Brothers and sisters, I think.
Brothers and sisters, 4 of us.
Wonderful. And
Yes.
what year did you graduate? 72?
72.
Okay.
72.
Awesome. Great. And give me a memory. Where did you hang out after school? School got
Well,
out.
I was not the park. There was the parking lot crowd, and then there was I'm going to call it the jock crowd.
Oh, of course.
So we would hang out before the games in the courtyards,
Yeah.
and prepping for the games.
Yeah.
And we had such an amazing spirit with all the classes
Yes.
at Burlingame.
Yeah, I know.
It was just great.
Yeah,
So,
that's great.
Yeah.
Did you go to last night's festivities on
I
Lorton?
went, and I debated, do I go, do I not go? But I'll tell you, it was the most wonderful experience. They blocked off from Burlingame Avenue to Howard.
Yeah.
And it was just, they had bands, and it was just an opportunity
Yeah.
to really
Did you see a lot of people that you knew?
I saw so many people,
That's great.
rekindled old memories, and
Great.
it's like, gosh, I haven't seen you for 50 years.
Yeah. Do you still live in the area?
I do.
Wonderful.
Live in the area, work in the area.
Great.
Yeah, seen a lot of changes.
Good.
It's a wonderful.
When it
Local real
was
estate
Burlingame
agent.
High open campus when you
Yes.
were? Yeah.
Yes, and we were able to go up at lunchtime.
Yeah.
We'd walk up to the avenue.
Did you have a favorite place?
Oh gosh, La Piñata.
Yeah.
La Piñata, right?
Awesome. Yes.
Fabulous place.
How about a couple of words?
Sure.
What's your name?
My name is Greg Spencer.
And what year did you graduate, Greg?
72.
70. Oh, so this is a real 72 gang
It
here.
sure
I love
is.
it. Okay. So, Greg, any fond memories of coaches or teachers?
My favorite teacher was Milo Gwazden, social science, and he passed away recently, but really liked him.
Yeah. Are you still living in Burlingame?
I live in Hillsboro.
Oh, just a step up the street. Did you grow up in Hillsboro?
I did.
Good for you. And did you play any sports here in Burlingame or in the drama club or anything like that? Or
No.
just chase the girls, huh? One of those guys. Okay.
There you go.
Did you have a favorite place to go to on Burlingame Avenue?
Wally's Sporting Goods.
Oh, yeah. It was a great place. Wallace's and
back
Wally.
then you knew all the merchants by first name.
Yes.
So you go and say, "Hi, Wally."
Yeah.
Then you go to the pharmacist. "Hello, Mr. Plagman."
Yeah.
And back then they had, I think, Jurgensen's, and every parent had
A charge.
a charge account.
Right.
So you'd go in and say, "I'm buying all this stuff, put it on my mom's account." And
Yep.
then every couple of months she'd go in and they'd say, "Well, you owe us $212.
Right.
Okay.
And $212 back in those days bought you a lot of groceries.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi. Can we bug you for a minute?
Yes.
What's your class? What's your name, first of all?
Well, I didn't go here.
Wait a minute. This is going to be a very short conversation. No.
Yeah, very short conversation.
What brings you here today?
I'm the very fortunate husband of my lovely wife who did go here,
And what-
graduating class of 72.
And what's your name?
Gary Germoni.
Anyway, thanks for... Did you guys go last night to the...
No, we went to the 50-year reunion on Thursday.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to see everything's working out. Thank you for
Excellent,
this.
thank you.
You bet. Hang on there. I'm an old man, hard to get up. Okay. Hi, guys. Hi. Who am I saying hi to?
Diane.
Diane. Hi.
You're the
Yes.
manager of the Molly Stones.
Yes, I am. Did either one of you graduate from?
I did.
What? Great. Go ahead. We're going to talk to you for a minute. Okay. We're doing a little podcast for the Historical Society. Diane, what's the full name? Full name.
Diane Freitas.
And what year did you graduate from Burlingame?
1979.
79 grad from Burlingame High.
Yes.
Are you still living in Burlingame?
I live in San Mateo.
Wonderful. And did you go to last night's festivities on Lorton?
Yes, I had a great time.
Did you? That's wonderful.
Yes.
And is this boyfriend, husband, son, dad? What do we got here?
This is friend.
Friendly, terrific. Did you go to Burlingame?
No, I went to Sarah.
Give me one right now, class of 66, okay?
72.
Wonderful. See, you never know. So, give me one big memory from your class of 78, is that what you said?
79.
79. Give me one good memory.
I met good friends.
Favorite teacher?
Mrs. Clymer.
Who was that?
Mrs. Clymer.
Okay, great. And what did she teach?
She taught English.
Okay. And when you left school or during lunchtime, you went up Burlingame Avenue. You have a favorite place on the avenue you guys like to hang out at?
Copenhagen's.
I love it. Okay.
Copenhagen's. And Molly Stones.
Oh, we weren't around then, Diane, but thank you for saying that. That was a great plug.
I still go to Molly Stones.
Hi. I'm Mark at the mic, and this is my brother Paul, and we've just got a few questions to ask you. What's your name?
Okay, Lisa Krieger,
and
class
what
of
year?
71.
Class of 71? Yeah. And Lisa, give me a favorite teacher or a coach or a drama teacher that
Mrs. Hall, English, advanced comp, definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
My favorite class.
Yeah. And
when I didn't get kicked out for being stoned.
Did you go to last night's festivities?
Yeah, oh yeah, the best time. It
was well attended, I hear.
So much fun.
Yeah.
We all had name tags, so it was easy to see who people were. And the best band with Mike Beers and Steve Seligman, it was amazing.
Terrific.
Yeah.
And Lisa, you're still living in the area in Burlingame?
I moved back here from San Francisco, yeah.
Wonderful. And last question, when you were here at Burlingame High, I think they had off-campus lunch hour or something?
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite place you guys would like to go to?
We went to a Borden's a lot, and we went to Woolworths. And
did you say Borden's?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's great.
On California Drive.
Absolutely, yeah. And what was the other one?
Woolworths, the counter.
Woolworths, the counter.
Hamburgers.
Great memories,
the fries
Lisa.
Weren't too good. Maybe we went to Danilo's. I'm not sure if we did.
Do you remember Hal's at all up by Safeway?
Of course. I have older siblings.
That's right.
So we went there a lot.
Great, Lisa. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mark. Good to see you, Paul.
Okay, Lisa, take care. Hey, guys, can we interrupt for a minute?
I like they heard.
Hi, can we interrupt for a minute, if you don't mind? Huh?
Speaking of.
Okay. Lynn, Michael, how are you? And these are the Bergstroms, right?
Well, I'm Lisa Bergstrom.
That's Okay, got it. All right. Anyway, we're doing a little podcast for the Burlingame Historical Society called Burlingame, It's a Small Town. So we thought we would come around here and see what's going on. Did you guys graduate? Did you graduate from Burlingame, Mike?
Class of 76.
76?
76.
Okay, we're going to go around the corner. We're going to get you guys in just a minute. Okay, Lynn, did you guys, go ahead, Paul.
Right,
did you guys go to the festivities last night?
My husband did.
You didn't?
He went to the football game. I was on a business trip.
Okay, and then you came home, last night or early this morning?
I came home last night,
Okay, so give me one teacher that you remember fondly from your 76.
Oh, so many. Glenn Morgan.
Glenn Morgan, terrific guy.
He is here.
Was he English teacher?
He was the English teacher. He was the yearbook advisor.
Yeah.
He was art of the film.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Great.
Fabulous person.
Great.
So
Okay.
inspirational. And our daughter also had him as an English teacher.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's
the
a whole
generation,
wraparound.
right? Yeah.
Saw him on the front steps and gave him a big hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, one fond memory. Oh, no, not that. When you went, there was off campus at lunchtime, I guess,
Yes,
wasn't it?
we did. We had open campus.
Did you have a favorite place to go to?
David's Delicatessen.
David's, that was
Yes.
on Lorton.
Oh, but Sam's sandwiches. It was hard.
And that was across
But then when
the
you had
street.
your braces tightened, you couldn't eat those Sam sandwiches because the French
the
rolls
bread
were
was
so hard.
right,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah. Let's go to Michael over here.
David's Deli was
Which
the
one?
best. David's Deli.
David's, yeah,
And
right
you
on
know,
the avenue, wasn't it?
Right on the avenue, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of where, just by Copenhagen. So
Yeah,
it's a little up from Copenhagen.
exactly.
There too.
And Michael, what else? Did you have a favorite teacher at
Glenn Morgan was great. And,
Yeah.
and Mike McCord, who still was here today as well.
Yeah.
So he's my cross-country and track coach.
Right.
And Mike was and he looks in the same kind of great shape. So the funny thing is he had a Mazda with a Wankel rotary engine. I don't, you go back that?
Sort of. Oh, I
Sort
go
of.
back farther than that, don't worry.
So he had this yellow Mazda, and he used to follow us around, make sure we're doing the whole run.
Yeah.
When we're running track, doing our runs. We'd run up the CSM and through Hillsborough, but you could hear him coming.
Yeah.
The piston engine goes da da, and then the Wankel rotor engine just sounded different. So we didn't have electric cars back then, of course, so they couldn't sneak up on us. But we make sure he was there too. And speaking of longevity, Mike was our son's math tutor.
Have you guys seen many teachers around here today, or
Mr. Morgan.
Yeah.
Mr. McCord.
Mrs. McLaughlin, Linda McLaughlin, but she wasn't.
Oh yeah, we did a tour with Linda.
Yeah, you did. You great.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Linda's a patient.
Lisa. Hi.
Class of 72.
Pardon me.
Class of
72. Yeah, there's a big group over there that we met earlier. So.
My favorite teachers were Al Biggs, Mr. Biggs, math, Phil Hartlob, math, and I really loved Mrs. Alpers, our tennis coach.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you played tennis here.
I played tennis. I wasn't great, but I played.
Who cares? You played. That's all that counts. Did you have any children that went here by any chance?
We have 2 sons that went here, have nice jobs.
When you went off campus at lunchtime, did you have a favorite place?
So I had a couple of girlfriends, and they always wanted to go to Woolworths.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So hilarious.
We just met Lisa over there. She loved
yeah,
Woolworths too, the counter.
Of course.
Yes.
Because we were just a few years ahead of Lynn and Mike here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was hilarious.
Great. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And you're Tim?
I'm Bill.
Oh, Bill. When did you change your name?
Yeah, just a minute ago. When I found out I was going to be on the radio.
What class?
68.
Give me a memory.
Oh, you're talking about teachers, I guess. Halsick, the physics teacher.
Okay. Any coaches or drama teachers or band leaders or anything like that you remember?
There's always Beltron for tennis.
Yeah, Beltron Rube, right?
Yeah.
He was also the basketball coach, I think. Yeah, terrific. And did you go to last night's festivities?
I did not.
Bill.
Yes.
Last name?
Rogers.
Well, that's great. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Great seeing you, Mark.
Who said that? Oh, you too, Lynn. Thank you. Oh, this is New York, Nick. New York. You're looking good, man. You are looking good. This is my brother, Paul. Nick Flaris.
Yeah, I know the family.
Nick Flaris.
You know, I bumped into Cameron.
Yeah, he told me that.
I didn't know he married the Lundy girl.
Yeah, he married the Lundy girl. Can we get the mic up to
I didn't
Nick?
know you were doing this for me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, Nick, you had a few kids go here.
I did, from
How
the
many?
95's
4. And the boys' names are?
Michael, Daniel, James, and Catherine.
Yes. And
Flaris.
are they all still in the area, Nick?
We have just my daughter in
Great.
the area.
And where are the boys now living?
2 in New Jersey. Daniel just transitioned to Tacoma, Washington.
Wonderful. And folks, I hope you hear that New York accent. That's why we call him New York Nick. New York Nick was a big face here in the sports, and maybe still is. Are you still coaching?
Still doing it.
Yeah. Awesome. And what are you doing now? Where are you coaching now?
I just do the Pro-Am in San Francisco.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've been doing that since '84.
Let's see, you coached
Peter Papa George.
Yes.
Frankie Ferrari.
Right, that's where's Frankie today?
Frankie's now getting ready to either go to Europe or the NBA again.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Great.
He's had some great tryouts. I coached here from 2005 to 2010.
Yeah.
Me and Paulie Ferrari, tag team.
Don't you love it, man? Nick Flaris, New York Nick, thank you very much.
Thank you for doing that.
You bet, buddy.
Nice
Thank
meeting
you.
you guys. Yes.
Okay. Hey, I'm standing here with Eric Houts, graduate of the class of 1967, and also my neighbor from across the street. Eric, nice to see you.
Good to see you, Marco.
Absolutely, dude.
This is the prince of the neighborhood.
Eric.
If you ever have a neighborhood like we had, you know Marco.
It was a great place to grow up.
Grow up.
Did you go?
Dee Dee Cook.
Did you go last night on Lorton?
I did.
And you went to the football game and everything?
No, I can't see that ball that well anymore.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but you went to the thing on Lorton.
I went to the thing on Lorton.
Saw a lot of old people that you grew up with and everything, or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
A few of them that you hadn't seen in a while. And you got to look at their profile and say, I think I know that profile.
Yeah.
And then you got to get the face on view, and you got to look for the name tag.
Right.
Then you're in.
Then you put it all together.
Yeah,
sure.
you put it all together again.
Okay, Eric Houts. Give me a favorite teacher that you had back in the classes, the year 67.
Well, you probably won't remember. They probably won't remember him too much, but my algebra teacher was Joe Quimby.
Excuse me. Why does that surprise me that you would say it was an algebra teacher that you went on to be a math
major? Yes,
right, and a math teacher? You still teaching down at San Jose State?
I have retired because of old age, Mark. I'm sorry to say.
It sneaks up, doesn't it?
Sneaks up.
It sneaks up. Okay, so your math teacher, what was his name again?
Joe Quimby.
Great.
He was also our Froshsoft baseball coach.
Yeah, which you excelled in baseball.
So yes, and I couldn't. I had to do well in his class because I gave him a bad time on the field. Yeah.
Great, Eric.
Great.
And so I know that when you were here at Burlingame, you guys had open campus at lunchtime.
Yes, we did.
Did you have a favorite place to go to on the avenue?
Well, no. I had to do something unusual. Being from our side of the track.
Right.
They wouldn't let us go over to that side. But at the same time, I came from Washington School, and they offered me a job during lunch hour.
Really?
To monitor their lunchtime sports.
So that's where you spent your lunch hour?
I had to run for my last class over there, gobble my lunch down, and then I had to watch these 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders.
Yeah.
Right? Then when their bell went off, I had to race back. I was always, don't tell my teachers, but I was always 5-10 minutes late.
Right.
But
and that's coming, folks, from a retired math teacher, right?
Yes.
Eric Houts, class of 67, thank you.
You're welcome, Mark. Good to see you.
You too, buddy. Okay, class of 66, is that what I heard?
Yes,
what's
the highest tribute I have ever achieved during that is being the lowest rung of the undefeated football team of the class of 66.
Right. So you're Dave Schertz.
I am, and because I had such a great team, I became all-region as a defensive back.
You played with the great Mike Schembri over there, number 66.
He was awesome.
Yes.
There were some guys who were mean and aggressive.
Yeah.
He was mean and aggressive.
And he still is, Dave.
Craig Stork was another one of these guys who were tough.
Right. Have you seen any of those? Have you seen Craig today?
It's so great to see them.
Have you seen Craig at all today or last night? You did.
I saw him last night.
On Lorton or at the football game or what?
Yeah, and it was with his wife.
Wonderful.
And we only lived 2 blocks apart from each other.
Oh, great. So you're still living in the... Are you living in the area now, Dave?
Not now.
Where do you live now?
I live in Washington, D.C.
Whoa.
I practice law.
So you came for this?
Oh, absolutely.
And you're fantastic. Give me one favorite teacher that you had.
Can I give you the worst?
Sure, let's go with that.
Okay, Bob Booker.
Oh, no, but he was a football coach too, wasn't he?
I know, that's what I'm saying. He wouldn't let me play because as a freshman, I was 5'2" and 113 pounds.
Wow.
So for 3 years, I was just getting torn apart by all these great football teams.
Right.
But I learned that if you hold the bag and you pump the guy underneath the chin, it softened the blow.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
When I got to be a senior, I was a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. And I said, if it works for the badass guys of Burlingame, it'll work for the opposing team.
Yeah.
So when they do an end run, I would be on the side of the curtain, and I'd hit the first blocker, and the rest of the tree fell down.
Dave Schertz, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
It was
you.
fun.
You bet. Hi.
Hi.
Yes.
And what-
if you don't mind, I can talk.
Absolutely.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Dina Shapiro.
And Dina Shapiro, what year did you graduate?
90.
Oh, you're a youngster.
Yes, thank
you. Paul here is class of 71.
Rock on.
He's my assistant today. Did you go to last night's festivities?
I was unable to make it, but I heard it was fantastic.
Yeah, they had a great turnout.
Yes.
And so, and one more time, class of 91?
90.
90. Have you seen a lot of classmates?
I just saw a friend of mine I haven't seen in 20 years,
Yeah.
and one more earlier this afternoon.
So you're
It was
not living
great.
around here anymore?
I live in San Francisco.
Oh, not
not
far
far,
away.
not far.
Okay, so give me one memory of a teacher or a coach or a drama teacher that you had from your graduating class.
Mr. Devo in social studies, incredible. Made history come alive for all of us.
Great.
And really an incredible teacher.
Great. And in 91, did they still have open campus for lunch where you could go up this avenue or they shut it down?
I think we were shut down by that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you sneak off campus?
I was a goody two shoes, so now.
I like goody two shoes, right. So after school, did you go home or did you walk up the avenue?
My dad was the doctor for the football team, so a lot of the times I would go sit on the bench for practices. So actually, a lot of the football players, since I was 8 years old, know who I was.
That's
So,
terrific. Great.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite place on the avenue when you could go up there with
Oh
your
my gosh,
girlfriends
I
or
think we
anybody?
hung out at the ice cream store.
Yeah? That
Yeah.
must have been what, Baskin Robbins?
There was another one that was
Okay.
there, and the name escapes me, but yes.
Me too. That's
Yeah.
all right. Lisa, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Have a
Take
great
care.
day, huh?
Bye.
Have a good time.
Yeah. Mr.
Loved him to
DeRosa.
death. I saw him years later at St. Catherine's.
Yeah.
And I just saw him when I was going up to get communion,
Great.
and he gave me a quick little nod. And after church, we said hello, and he gave me a big hug. And I was shocked that he remembered me like 8 years later. So
Great.
I got his phone number if you want it.
No, you don't.
What was the name again? One last time?
Oh, Mr. DeRosa.
No, for you.
Oh, Yvette Vandenberg.
Yvette.
Yes.
Class of 91.
Class of 91. And you might want to talk
Thank
to
you.
Miss Natasha Landrum.
We're going to come right over here to Natasha.
He's the 4-year cheerleader. Right?
That's the four-year Natasha, hi. We're with the Burlingame Historical Society, and I'm Mark, my brother Paul, class of 71. You graduated what year? 91?
1991, yeah.
91. So that's 20 years past Uncle Paul here, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So give me one favorite teacher you had at Burlingame High. You get one choice, one only.
Mr. Villavicencio.
Okay. And what did he teach you?
Yeah,
Tony's right there.
Italian.
Mr. V.
Yeah, it was
He's
his,
here?
It was his dad.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. And what did he teach?
He taught a lot of languages, but for me it was Italian.
Hey,
Yeah.
get fi, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So are you involved in that little club over there? What's that, the Italian Society or something like that?
You know, I wish, but I don't live here anymore. I live in Las Vegas.
Whoa,
Yeah.
okay. Vegas. Tony, let's get you on the air. We're at the Burlingame Historical Society. I'm Mark at the mic, and this is my brother Paul, class of 71.
Hi, guys.
What's your full name?
Antonio Villavicencio.
Whoa, Antonio Villavicencio. Was I close?
Pretty close, yes.
Okay. What year did you graduate?
91.
Oh, a bunch of 91 grads around here.
We're all 91s.
Do you still live around in Burlingame?
Still around. We live in Millbrae.
Great.
We live there.
Close enough.
Working in the area. Managed to stay here.
Yeah.
So
Did your kids go to Mills, or are they at Mills, or are they in elementary school? Or are they?
They're in elementary school. They're working through the elementary school I went to, Spring Valley Elementary. So we're kind of.
Where was that? Is that in Millbrae?
That's in Millbrae.
Terrific. And give me a fond memory of a coach, a teacher, something from the class of 91.
Let's say, well, the good memories there were wrestling. We had a good
so
time.
you guys
We had
all
wrestling.
wrestled together,
Wrestling.
right?
I mean, I did track.
Yeah.
A little bit of football. That was
Uh-huh.
okay. And then, but mostly was the wrestling. That was the fun. We winning that league at that time.
What was the name of the coach?
Gilmore.
Gilmore.
Yeah,
That would be
and then-
John
and
Gilmore?
Then, and then John Hossel, and then John Gilmore, and then Ernie Hossapple.
Okay.
Yeah.
John, I think, also taught basketball, I think, or coached basketball. I thought I
he
heard
was
somebody
football,
reference that, or football.
and then football.
Yeah, right.
John.
Great.
He remembers it all.
Did
Yes,
you go to Lorton last night? Did you go to the festivities on Lorton?
No, we didn't get to make it. We had
Yeah?
to hang with the kids. That would have been fun. But
Yeah, I bet. I understand they had a big turnout there last night. So,
it was Dad,
give me one favorite place on Burlingame Avenue that you remember.
Well, the favorite place for me to hang out was the Royal Donuts over here.
Yes.
Right in the morning on the Wednesdays when we had the late starts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'd get some coffee and donuts and just go shoot the breeze with the guys, the fellas, and hang out.
It's still a great place to hang out.
Yeah.
Great. Tony, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks very much.
Dad, Mr. Villavicencio.
Oh, yeah. Now, why are we shouting his dad out? Tell us why.
Dad taught Spanish. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah, my father was a Spanish teacher.
Yeah.
There was some Italian originally and then some French, but mostly now he's
Was he
Spanish.
teaching while you were going here?
Yes.
So that was your favorite teacher?
Oh, yeah, that was great.
All right, Tony. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Okay. And who am I with? What's your name?
My name is Junie Quilty Henderson.
And Junie, what year did you graduate from Burlingame?
I graduated in 1977.
77. So give me a fond memory of a teacher, a coach, or somebody that you remember from Burlingame High that year.
I really, really enjoyed Mr. Christensen.
Uh-huh.
And
What did he teach? Was he a teacher?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I think we were doing media was the class he taught, and teaching us all about newspapers and publications and making us actually write a story based on being a reporter and pulling all the information and getting the facts right and all that.
Great. And Junie, do you have a fond memory of walking down Burlingame Avenue with your friends? Would you go to a favorite place there or any place on the avenue?
We used to spend a lot of time in Nelson's.
Nelson's is
coffee
a
shop
great coffee
for the
shop.
Butterhorns.
Right? Yes.
And then Perfect Recipe.
Yeah.
We never had coffee like that.
Yeah.
And then I actually worked at H-Dog Esquire.
Where was? Oh, that was the hot dog place.
Yes, next to the Mexican restaurant La Piñata.
La Piñata, right?
Yes.
It's funny. You can't find a good hot dog in town anymore.
That's sad.
Do you still live in the area?
I actually live in Texas now.
No kidding. Did you come out here for this?
Yes.
Terrific.
Yes.
Did you go over to Lorton Avenue last night, all the festivities and everything?
Absolutely.
Football game too?
Nope.
Okay, just over to Lorton. Did you come with anybody else?
Yes, there's about 12 girls, and it's crazy.
All from Texas?
And
or
one
did you
poor
guys
husband.
Did you guys come from everywhere to do this, or you guys from?
Mostly North Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one that flew in.
Great. And where are you staying while you're here in the Bay Area?
I'm staying at a friend of mine's mom's house.
Wonderful. Good. So what do you got planned for the rest of the day?
We are going to hang out with the music as long as we can.
Good.
Because we spent a lot of time in this park.
Yeah, great park.
Yes, and then we're going to Prime on Broadway.
Oh, for a little
and
bit
then
of
I might have to go
prime rib
and,
tonight. Good.
Go to the Candy Shop Ice Cream Parlor. What is it?
On Broadway?
Yes.
Oh, Preston's.
What we just saved, right? Everybody saved it. Preston's.
Yeah, Preston's, right.
Yeah,
Great.
to support small business.
Yeah, Junie, thank you very much. Have a great rest of the
Hey,
weekend.
it's so wonderful to meet you guys.
You bet, dear. Take care.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. We're with the Historical Society, and we have a podcast called Burlingame, It's a Small Town. And he's going to hold that.
You'll hold it.
You may have to, because he's.
Yeah, I don't mind. Do something.
What's your first name, or your whole name?
Name's Brett Johnson.
And what year did you graduate?
1992.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So tell me something, Brett.
Yes.
Okay. What was a fond memory of the class of 92?
So one of the most fond memories that I remember was being part of the band and the sporting events. That on Friday nights, we were the only school that I know of that had lights and nighttime games.
Friday night lights.
And we would just, the bands would play, the football would play, everybody would just have a fantastic time.
What instrument did you play in the band?
I was a trumpet.
Terrific. Yeah. And down the runway is the Burlingame Marching Band. Okay, it was great stuff. I remember it well. John Horgan would be calling from the speaker, announcing the teams and all that good stuff. So, do you still live in Burlingame?
So we live in Hillsborough now.
Okay, wonderful. So you're still real close by.
Yeah, but my kids, my two daughters now go here to Burlingame High School. And
great.
They are the fourth generation to go to this high school. So my grandmother, my father, myself, my sister, my kids, and all in all, there's over 30 family members that have all gone through this high school.
Wonderful. Give me one. Where did you guys go after school? Where did you go hang out? Anywhere?
Oh, always Burlingame Avenue. It had to be Burlingame Avenue.
Did you have a favorite place on the Ave?
Oh, geez. Just the Ave itself, you know. It didn't really matter what you were doing, getting ice cream, going up there, hanging out. It was just the Ave.
Great. Name again?
Brett Johnson.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yep.
All right, Paul, let's get that mic up to him. Hi, you are Warren Roberts, class of 59?
That's me.
That was Mike Carboni's class, right? Does that ring a bell?
Right, Mike Carboni, that's
right.
Also Eddie Roberts' class, too.
Yeah, I didn't know Eddie, but I think Carboni was from my neighborhood in Burlingame. So are you still living in Burlingame?
No, I live near Davis.
Wonderful. And so in 1959, if you can kind of recollect, who was one of your favorite teachers?
Senora Goulart.
Oh, you're kidding. Mrs. Goulart.
That's right.
Spanish teacher.
That's right.
She was around the block from me. She lived on Victoria. We grew up over on Bayswater and Bancroft.
Oh, then you knew Kent Imai. That was his street.
Oh, what was the name again?
Kent Imai, I-M-A-I.
I don't think I did.
Lived on Victoria.
Yeah, I don't think I did. But we grew up with the Goulart sons, Johnny and Tony, and I think Sharon was a sister and stuff like that.
Well, I was the second generation to go to Burlingame High. My father and his sister went here.
What years did they graduate?
They were in the 30s.
No kidding.
Early 30s.
Okay, did you have a favorite place to go to on Burlingame Avenue?
Tolls.
Tolls. On the corner of Primrose and Burlingame Ave.
That's right. Bobby Toll was in my class.
He was.
Before he graduated, they moved down to the peninsula.
Wonderful. So did you go to last night's festivities or anything?
Yes, I did, on Lorton. Yeah.
Did you go to the football game?
No.
Okay. Well, they lost anyway, 41-7. So that's all right.
Well, there we are.
Yeah. So are you going back to Davis tonight or tomorrow?
No, I'm going to we're having our 65th anniversary gathering today. Il Fornaio.
Oh, that'll be wonderful.
So we'll be going to that and then go
Great.
back.
All right, Warren. Well, thanks for taking a few minutes with us. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Thank you.
Class of 71, Parker.
Oh, my goodness.
Hi.
Hello.
What's your name?
Lynn Privatera Lenarden.
So it was Privatero when you were in Burlingame High?
That's correct.
Great. What year did you graduate, Lynn?
1977.
77.
Yeah.
Any favorite teachers that you remember or coaches?
Mr. Willard.
Mr. Willard.
Mr. Gwaston.
What'd they teach?
Mr. Willard taught math.
Okay.
Mr. Hartlob taught math. I just saw his son here who I babysat.
Yeah.
And Mr. Gwaston.
Government?
Yeah, he was econ. Yeah, he was just great.
So that was class of 77?
Yep.
So 77, they had open campus at lunchtime?
Yep.
Did you have a favorite place to go to on the avenue?
King David's Delicatessen.
King David's, up the avenue on the right-hand side,
and in the
about halfway
afternoon, we'd
down.
all go down to Gaylord's, which was a ice cream place, and it had slushes, great fruit.
Yeah, somebody else mentioned that. I thought it was
Yeah.
31 Flavors. He said now it was a different place. So it was Gaylord's,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And are you still living in Burlingame, Lynn?
I do, right around the corner from here.
Oh, that's awesome. Like over on Dwight or something like
How
that?
would you know, Mark?
I just happen to know these
Are
things.
you my neighbor?
Lynn.
Wow.
And you married who? From what class?
I married Jimmy Lenarden from 1974.
And was Jimmy from Sarah or from Burlingame?
He went to Sarah for 2 years and got smart and joined the Panthers.
That's right. He became a Panther.
You
That's
betcha.
right. Great.
Yeah.
So did you go to last night's festivities?
It was fabulous.
Including the football game?
My sister and Melody put that festivities on last night, and they rocked it. It was amazing. They worked so hard.
Would that be your sister, Michelle?
Jan.
Jan. Oh, yes, right. You know, I met her a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah.
At the art
She's a good girl.
Wine on the Avenue
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, you probably did, yeah.
Great. Lynn Lenarden, Lynn Privatera.
Lenarden.
Lenarden, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
It's so funny.
Can I get your name?
Sure. Annette Ramirez.
And Annette, what year did you graduate from Burlingame High?
Actually, my dad graduated class of 82.
82?
My mom.
Whoops. This is your mom. That's not your sister? Okay. And what year did you graduate?
I attended the school at 82.
82.
Yes.
Okay. And your dad graduated from here. But you didn't. Are you going to school here now?
No, I'm here for my dad. He did pass away, and his name is Pete Ramirez.
Okay. Wow. He just passed away. I'm sorry about that. And again, what year did he graduate?
82.
82. And you're here in his memory.
Yes, I am.
That's really nice.
Together, and everyone enjoyed each other. We got to meet up with old friends.
I
and
bet. Do you
really
guys
reminisce about the good times?
Do you ladies still live in the area?
We live in the Bay Area, yes.
Great. Good. Great. Did you go to last night's festivities over
Yes,
on
we
Lorton?
It was fantastic.
I heard there was a big crowd.
Yes, it was.
That's great. Well, thank you both. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. All right, ladies. Hi. What's your name?
Michelle Riley.
And Michelle, what year did you graduate from Burlingame?
I didn't graduate from Burlingame. I'm a current teacher at Burlingame.
Whoa, wonderful. And what are you teaching here?
I am teaching history, and I'm also in charge of the yearbook class.
you sort of took over from maybe Linda McLaughlin then, or
no,
was there
I took
some
over
interruption?
from Glenn Morgan.
Oh, you did. Okay, great.
Yearbook.
Yeah,
Yes.
Glenn is around here someplace, and I saw
He's
that.
actually snapping some photos for the alumni book that we are doing. That's going to cover this entire weekend.
Good.
We're also putting in some photos from old yearbooks, and we're capturing stories from the alumni. We would love to get anyone's story.
It's a lot of work. Paul here's from the class of 71.
Hello.
He's got great stories to tell, but we're not going to hear them today, okay? What classes do you teach?
I teach ethnic studies. I teach an elective facing history that we're not offering this year, but we've offered in the past, psychology and yearbook.
Great. Well, thank you, Michelle. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to go right over here.
How do people get?
Come on over here. How are you, dear? And why don't you tell us your name?
Hi, my name is Denise Good.
Denise, did you graduate from Burlingame?
No, but my daughter graduated. Tara Good graduated last year, the class of 2023.
Wow.
I have a daughter, a sophomore.
So you're a young mom with a...
yes.
Yes, indeed. Great. Any favorite memories that you have of Burlingame High while your daughter was here or your girls were here?
Oh, they just love Burlingame High. Love going to the football games, the camaraderie. Everyone just, it's not about watching the football game.
Right.
It's about the parents getting together, the kids getting together. Obviously, my daughter was with Miss Riley for a yearbook and loved it.
Yeah.
And my youngest had her for ethnic studies. And they just had a great time. They loved it.
Did you go to the festivities last night over in Lorton?
I did. I was on Lorton. I saw Midlife Crisis and the good band, the Floodfoot band. And then I'm trying to think, where did I go after? Oh yeah, I came to the game.
Great.
With 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, we were
and
way
I
down,
said when the Irish arrived, they're going to score a try, and they did.
That's great.
Okay, touchdown, I should say. I'm thinking of rugby at the moment. A touchdown.
Rugby.
Okay, thanks, Mark.
Thank you, dear. Thank you very much. You want to give us a few words? Did you graduate from Burlingame?
No, I did not graduate from Burlingame. I had my daughter went to Burlingame, took yearbook and the history classes, loved going to Miss Riley's class. The sports are always great here.
Yep. So I didn't graduate from Burlingame either, but my brother did in 1971.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
71.
Yeah. So I was over at Sarah High School. So yeah, I went that route.
My parents were willing to spend money on him, but not me.
No.
True. Very true.
Oh, thank you, ladies.
Very
Okay,
true.
enjoy the rest of the weekend. Thank you. Okay, Mike Schembri, class of 1966. That's correct, right?
Right, correct.
You know how I know that? Because I was class of 66 too, and we were sort of best friends, right? So at different schools. But anyway, first of all, I want to thank you for helping my brother and myself. You were supposed to be taking pictures of us that day, but your hands were filled with beers everywhere we went. So
I took 3 pictures.
Yeah, 3, and we only saw 1. So 1 out of 3 is not bad. Mike, that's not bad. That's 333 batting average, okay? So, all right, I got a couple of questions to ask you about that day and really about 1966, the year you graduated. How about a few favorite teachers or coaches, things that you remember? Favorite teachers and coaches.
Okay. Tell me when you want to start.
Anytime. I'm waiting for you, okay? Yeah. Favorite coach?
Oh, so just talk about 1966?
Or the favorite coach you had or during your time when you were at Burlingame, or the favorite teachers that you remember? Yeah.
Yeah, Burlingame for me was a real special experience. I mean, it was, you go to school with all your friends you've had since elementary school. And then our senior year was kind of like a super senior year. I mean, we had a great football team, and that really brought the school together. I think it gave us something to cheer about. And then we had just good kids in the school. I mean, there was... I can't think of any problems that anybody really had. I mean, you have all your teenage problems, but there was no big problems, no big controversies. Everybody seemed to get along good. And we had the teachers, I mean, they were good people, and everybody enjoyed them. I mean, Vic, the Dean of Boys, I mean, he was a disciplinarian, but, he was fair, he was honest.
You're referring to Vic Mangini, right? Vic Mangini?
Great guy.
Yep.
I mean, and I spent some time in his office, and it was all justified, and I had no problem with his discipline. He did the right thing, and it wasn't personal. It was, this is the standard that we expect, and if you don't do it, there's penalties.
Right.
And that's your fault, not my fault. So.
Right.
And then Mr. Lightcap, the football coach, hard-nosed guy, but he was a good man. And Mr. Howard, Mr. Booker, I mean, they were great guys, and it was fun to play for that team. Kerr, our baseball coach, good guy. Milano, who took his position, another great coach. And we had good teachers.
Yeah.
So it was a very fortunate time for, I think, all the students at Burlingame.
You had a very good experience your 4 years at Burlingame, huh?
Yeah. It was. I wish the same for my boys, and and it was and Burlingame's a nice community. Yeah. I mean, we were really fortunate to grow up in that area.
Yeah. What'd you think of that day on Saturday when we were there at the 100-year anniversary? Did you enjoy walking around, seeing it?
Yeah, it takes you back in time. I mean, it was over 50 years ago that we were graduated from Burlingame. So you walk back, you walk through that campus, had the opportunity to go inside the building and walk down the hallways. Tried to figure out where my locker was, but that didn't come back. And it changed a little bit. Mangini's office was a little different. It wasn't there, so they had changed that. But pretty much the hallway's pretty much the same. Same school. Brought back old memories.
I know you played. You were pretty involved in sports every day after school. But was there a certain place on Burlingame Avenue that you liked to go to with the guys, or would meet people, or where was a favorite place of yours in Burlingame or Burlingame Avenue?
Well, we used to meet on Burlingame Avenue a lot. We went to the pizza place there. I forget what the name of it was at that time. But we used to just wander up and down Burlingame Avenue. You would just walk around and BS with everybody and anybody. And then there was stores in which, when you were a kid, some of the owners of the stores were your sponsors in sports. So you would wander and say hello to them, like Charlie's Stationery.
Charlie Gopher.
You'd go in there and go in there and say hello. Simpson's, a sporting goods store. I mean, it was just a hometown.
Yeah, that would be Ricky's, the sporting goods store. Simpson's was the men's clothing, right? Yeah. Great time, wasn't it?
Yeah, super time.
Yeah, and you were nice enough to donate your Block B sweater to the Burlingame Historical Society Museum, and that Block B is now well in place, you know what I mean, and well protected, and it will be shown to the public. The museum will be open sometime in February, so
cool.
Hopefully you can come down and have a visit with us.
Absolutely.
We might go out
I mean, that was another big thing. On Fridays, the athletes would be able to wear their Block B sweaters, and you would all wear them, proudly wear them, and walk up and down the aisles with them. But that was kind of cool.
Yeah, Mike, I wore a cheerleader sweater up and down the aisles. Was that okay?
Yeah, that was okay for a boys' school.
Okay. You guys used to give me a lot of grief about that, but 50, 60 years has erased a lot of that kind of stuff. So anyway, okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't be tolerated now.
Yeah, that's right. So when you were there walking around the high school, did you see anybody that you recognized or remembered or anything? Did you bump any old buddies?
Yeah, I ran into one guy, and he played on the football team, David Schwartz, and I talked to him for a little while. Interesting guy. Very good football player, but he was an excellent wrestler. And so I got to see him. He came in from Washington, D.C. I guess he lives in Virginia now.
Wow.
So it was nice to talk to him.
Yeah. And anybody else that you saw?
No, I was really surprised. I wandered around. I went to the 60 sign, but the only people there were from the class of 69. And,
so you didn't get a chance to see the great Len Lebrano? I didn't see
Len. I would have loved to see him. I didn't get to see him, and I looked for him.
Yeah.
I did run into Heckenkamper and Connolly. I talked to them a little bit. I ran into Eric Howitz. Talked to Eric for a little while.
Good. I know
that was about it.
I knew you had to walk slowly and carefully because you didn't want to spill those beers that were in your hands. So
exactly. I mean, and they're big bucks in these situations, so you don't want to waste your money.
That's right. Mike Schembri, class of 66, thank you very much.
Thanks, Mark.
Paul Lucchesi, my brother. Class of, what year were you? Did you graduate from Burlingame High?
Yeah, 1971.
Great, 71 grad, and I want to thank you for making this suggestion of doing this Burlingame It's a Small Town podcast remotely on that particular anniversary day. Unfortunately, as you said, I was unable to record you and the great Mike Schembri, but I got Mike earlier today, and now it's your turn. So how you doing?
I'm doing well out here in Modesto, California since 1981.
Since 81, so that was 10 years after you graduated from Burlingame High.
Yes, attended a small state college in Turlock, Stanislaus State.
Oh, wonderful.
Where I met my lovely wife, Shirley.
Uh-huh. Good deal. Great. Wow. So let's talk about that particular day that we were there on Saturday. Did you bump into a lot, as we were recording people, did you run into some folks that you knew?
Well, the first thing I want to say was thank you for allowing me to be part of the process. It was a great opportunity to see how you work the crowd, and it was a lot of fun to do.
We had a good day.
Yeah, had a great time hanging out with you and Mike and reminiscing with some of the graduates there.
Right. And did you catch up with any graduates from 71? Did we catch a couple of guys while we were there?
Just a couple of people. You know, Todd Bauer was one that I had played basketball with in baseball. And a young lady, Carol Rhodes, whom I knew back in the day as well. So that was really nice to reconnect with them.
Great. Good. So let me just ask you a couple of questions like I asked everybody else. Is there a favorite teacher or coach that you had back in those days in Burlingame that you like to mention?
Certainly. Unfortunately, I wasn't in the area of academia. So, most of the memories I have were of the coaches that I associated with back in the day, and that would be Frank Bettendorf, who coached varsity basketball, John DeVos, who coached sophomore JV basketball and JV baseball, Bob Milano, varsity baseball. Those guys, it was great to be a part of that process and great to be part of the team and to experience the highs and lows, as they would say, of victories and losses.
Yeah, right. Great.
Regarding classroom teachers, we all remember different people, and I remember Mr. Hartlob as a teacher that I had for math, and just a guy who's dedicated to try to make the class interesting, and I always look forward to his class. I don't mean to not recognize other teachers, but he's the one who comes to mind right now. I had a great experience at Burlingame High School, and that great experience was due, in fact, to everybody, not just to one particular teacher.
Right. And, I know you played a lot of sports at Burlingame High. What did you have a favorite place that you like to visit on the Avenue, maybe after practice or on the weekends or anything like that you recall?
Well, I remember you asking that question of everybody, and the very first thing that came into my mind was, number one, I never left campus. I was kind of like, I was at home, a homebody. I was a guy who just kind of stuck around campus and hung out with the people there, except for one particular day. And over the loudspeaker in the courtyard, they would always have Crosby, Stills, and Nash playing. And I really connected with those guys. And I go, I need to buy that album, but I didn't really know how to go about doing it back in the day. What was the name of the record store on Burlingame Avenue? I can't remember the name.
Walmers, yeah. Well, a buddy of mine, Ed Japs, said, let's just go up and buy the album. So that was probably one of my first times ever off campus was with him, going to Walmers, and I bought my first album ever. Wow.
At Walmers.
Do you think you still have
that? Was a great, fun experience.
Do you think you still have that album someplace?
I wish I did.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you're now living in Modesto, married to Shirley. Any children?
We have one daughter, Ashley. She's 39. She is also a teacher, has made her way into administration, and loves working at the high school level. She's currently teaching in Southern California in the Bellflower School District and having a wonderful time there.
So she kind of followed in your footsteps and Shirley's footsteps, and you guys were teachers as well. Is that correct?
That is correct, but very surprising to us, as she never mentioned, her interest in the area of education. And so when she went to Long Beach State and declared, we go, where did that come from? So who knows? It's like you always talk to your children and you wonder if they ever listen to you. And really they do, but maybe they don't acknowledge it a lot, And so maybe she saw how things went with us and said that's a lifestyle that she could live with, And she's been in it now almost 15 plus years and thoroughly enjoys the situation and the occupation.
Great. And you've been retired now for how many years? You and Shirley?
Yeah, both Shirley and I retired in 2014 and been able to, visit Ashley more frequently as well as the coast more frequently.
Terrific. That sounds great. So retirement's going well.
It is. Thank you.
Any more things, memories of Burlingame you'd like to share with our listeners before we sign off?
Well, I know that a lot of them will remember the rec center dances.
Yeah.
And
right.
Not that I attended a whole lot because I had to watch Star Trek.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Same night.
I wasn't going to give up Star Trek for the rec center dances, okay?
Yeah.
That's where I was coming from. So hopefully some of your listeners can remember that and understand why. So, yeah.
Well, great.
Just a wonderful experience all the way around.
Well, great, Paul Lucchesi, my brother, class of 1971. Thank you for your, coming up with the idea for doing this remotely. Until then, buddy, we'll talk. Have a great rest of the week, and thank you very much.
Hey, thank you for having me on, Mark.
All right, big guy. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
I'd like to thank all of the Burlingame High School alumni for being my guests today on Burlingame. It's a small town podcast sponsored by the Burlingame Historical Society. Shout outs to my brother Paul Lucchesi, class of 1971, and my best friend Mike Schembri, class of 1966. Thanks to Kathy and Shelby Lucchesi for editing and producing. Original music by Bray. You can hear more of Bray at braymusic.com. This podcast was recorded on Saturday, October 14th, 2023, in front of Burlingame High School. The Burlingame Historical Society copyrights this recording, and no part can be copied or replayed without the permission of the Burlingame Historical Society. So until next time, everyone, see you around Burlingame. It's a small town.